Bryson ran through the door really hard, and he was like, "Mom, Dad's dead, Dad's dead," and was just screaming. And I said, "What?"
Those words sent Jennifer Buckingham racing down the street. Her sons, Bryson and Braden, had just pulled their father from the bottom of a neighbor's pool.
Put your ear down next to his mouth and tell me if you can feel or hear any breathing.
Yes, he's breathing.
Is that him making the moaning noises?
When Jennifer arrived, Michael was foaming at the mouth and gasping for air.
Which one of y'all is the wife?
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Does he have any medical problems, like seizures or anything?
No medical problems at all. Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. Nothing. No, he's healthy. He's so healthy.
I thought he was breathing, but then I looked at him in his eyes and he wasn't there.
By the time EMTs arrived, he had been deprived of oxygen for at least 13 minutes. Jennifer, who works as a hospital pharmacist, knew what was at stake.
You know, 2 to 3 minutes, you start seeing brain damage, and I couldn't imagine. I mean, we just adopted our baby girl, and it's like raising 4 kids by myself. I didn't know how I was going to do it.
At the hospital, emergency room staff worked to stabilize Michael. The prognosis was grim, but Jennifer wasn't giving up.
He said his CT scan shows, you know, brain damage. I said, "I don't believe what you're saying." I said, I serve a God that's in miracle business.
Doctors put Michael into an induced coma and lowered his body temperature to reduce the swelling of his brain and lungs. Meanwhile, dozens of friends and family gathered at the hospital to pray. A Facebook page posted on Michael's behalf garnered prayers from all over the country.
I just knew that I had to fight for his life, and that's what we had to do for the next couple of days. We just set all that aside, and we just fought and prayed and prayed and prayed.
We were praying about hoping that my dad would still be here whenever we went to the hospital.
And that God would heal him.
The prayer vigil continued through the night. On Tuesday morning, 2 days after the drowning, Jennifer and a friend were sitting with Michael.
She was like, "He moved," and then he moved his head, and we were like, "He moved!" You know, and so like I ran out there to get his nurse, and I was like, "He's waking up, he's waking up."
It didn't take long to realize Michael was going to be okay.
And I said, "Do you remember Isaiah 41:10?" And I started saying it. Michael just spat it out, like verbatim, word for word. And we were like, "He's back." Like, it was amazing.
My first question to my wife was like, "Hey, what is today?" And she's like, "It's Tuesday." And I was like, no, the date. And she was like, it's the 28th of July. And I was like, okay, we got to get out of here. My health insurance ends on the 31st. We got to get out of here.
What Michael remembers most about that day is being surrounded by those who love him.
I remember seeing my wife and kids, my friends. I saw so many friends that first day when I woke up.
Michael explained that one of the children jumping into the pool landed on his neck.
It caused instant paralysis. I knew exactly where I was. My eyes were working, but nothing else in my body was working. I'm just floating, sinking to the bottom of the pool.
The day after he woke up, Michael was already back on his feet. He believes that it was prayer and God's healing that defied the odds.
I was under there for a long time. I was under there for long enough that the medical professionals told me I shouldn't either not be here or I shouldn't have major brain damage.
Since then, Michael has had no residual effects, and their children are thrilled to have their dad back.
He is really active and crazy.
He's nice, kind. He loves us a really lot.
And the entire family has a new understanding of the God of miracles.
I know that he has the power to do anything and make anything come true.
Prayer is our #1 connection between us and the Lord, and that's what fights off the enemy. And it was so awesome to be a part of that.
I feel like every day is a gift. God's given me a new day to hug my kids, to spend time with my wife, to hang out with my friends, to tell people about how good he is. And it's changed everything.